2 minutes until showtime. One minute until showtime. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right. Let's just start this shit off. I was wondering how I was going to start this off, as far as what I'm talking about. And I remember my mama used to say, because she used to always say, boy, what's on your mind? And if we said nothing, she would say, boy, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Now, I don't know what that means, except for I guess if you have an idle mind and you're going to get bad thoughts. I don't really know. But, when she see wasn't or was thinking, whenever we said nothing, she'd say that. I'm in a perpetual state of thought. And I'm telling you, that is not an easy life to live. I mean, it's very tiring. I don't really think so much because of my mother, but thinking do keep me on my toes and keep me out of the way. Hold on a second, it's fucking hot in here. Yeah, okay. It just keeps me out the way. I stay on my toes. So when it really comes to like my time or downtime, I don't really have any, because that's the time where it's damn near impossible for me to stop thinking. How can you have a downtime when you're constantly thinking? And I'm not complaining. I'm leading up to something. Because, most people would be saying, ain't that a bitch? And, I say, fuck no, it's not a bitch. Life is a bitch. Things aren't a bitch. Life, just living, is a bitch. especially when you ain't got no direction. So what I'm saying is, I'm living life, and I'm not going to settle for life living me. You know, I don't have a lot that I do these days, but I do have a lot I do. It's all done from home if that's the case. But what I'm saying is, I used to have this to do, that to do, go over here, go over there. I'm running all day. That's kind of slowed down, and I'm happy about it. So I've been busy in the workshop. I got some fucking new tools, uh, things that you should know about this Abadabba, and then God damn it, I forgot the title of it, but it's self help building. It's oh, matter of fact, this one is part of the mentality tools. Give you a mental idea of how to place value on yourself. I mean, if you want some woman to like you for you, don't you think you should have placed a value on yourself mentally? And we're on that now at Sidewalk University. I'm showing them how to put a value, you know, because you can't just say I'm valuable. You got to pay me. I mean, you can say that, but I don't think it'll work. My point is, when they see the value, because you're doing this proper, you're doing that proper, your career proper. You know, you don't do shit on a small level. Everything you're doing is coming from your mind, and she's eating that goddamn shit up. That's what they like. They don't like pretty boys. They don't give a fuck if your eyes are green. Shit. Them bitches want to see producers, motherfuckers that can produce shit. That's what they want. So I'm starting over. Not starting over, but I'm starting back to making some tools. I got a lot to say now. I hadn't made any in a long time, but I just put together, I think it was 14. I think somewhere around there, 14, 16, something like that. But I've also started back to dealing with Facebook. And the other day, well, goddamn it, I got my granddaughter here, and she's showing out, so y'all might hear her. But I was actually missed. Shit. But I'm gonna be more. I'm gonna be more of Professor Dixon versus that Rosebud persona that I had before. You know, I was confrontational, very confrontational. So I'm kind of gonna be back relaxed on that because of where I'm at now. I'm a professor, and I have to, you know, relay and expose. You know, I can still be me. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to just have a different persona, or let you see a different persona. You know, lately I'm thinking so fucking differently. You know, I'm sure I won't, you know, have the time or won't even want to engage in the bullshit that I was engaging in before. Before it was the shit because that's what time it was. But it's a whole new different time now. So I ain't really looking for that combative type situation anymore. I've learned that when you step off into any part of this abadabba, you better be down. Now, if you are when you done, you'll have earned your crown. It's an ongoing battle, but the accolades are many. But when it's all said and done, you better have, or you should have, plenty. Now, how do you think? This is a question. I know ain't nobody gonna answer it, but how do you think you will feel about yourself when you get 20 years older? I don't know how old you are now, but let's say when you get 20 years older and you look back and you assess what you've done, how do you think you'll feel? There's people I know who didn't make the right choices. They didn't make the right turns. They didn't do the right things. I mean, just like there's people I know who did everything. They made all the goddamn right moves. But what I'm saying is this. The ones that didn't, they look back on the game with malice. They think really bad things about the game. But the ones that did, they treasure the memories that the game left. Pimps and hoes. And I think it's fair to say memories, if that's the case for most of you guys, this is a pretty good way off. You got a lot of things to do before you start remembering shit. I'm too young to have to be remembering. Hey, I remember this and I remember that. Man, we was like this. Right? Nah, I'm doing some shit now still. Maybe 1 or 2 more years, because I'm sure slowing down. But what I'm saying is I'm doing shit now. I ain't fucking trying to remember what I did yesterday. So, my point, just don't forget, as you're going along in these 20 years, that you're going to have memories of. They don't have to be pleasant memories. I mean, all you motherfuckers will one day have memories. And they're going to help you live the rest of your life, and age with grace and dignity. Unless you wasn't down. Now, in that case, you're going to be like many, many motherfuckers I know. And you're going to be mad at the world. See, this Abba ain't no joke. That's why, it's about dreaming. And you're supposed to dream big. I mean, everybody should have a dream. And it should be a big dream. But now, if you don't simply dream and stop at dreaming, you'll actually try to achieve those fucking dreams. And then they'll become goals. Because what I'm saying is I strove to become great in an arena where the majority of the participants fail to do so. I mean, think about it. Everybody don't make a name. They have a name and people recognize their name. But all over the country and the world, as some folks have been fortunate enough to do, everybody don't get to do that. So what I'm saying is a lot of people fail in that field that I was in because in the end they be broke and they be, raggedy. Now, this doesn't make me better than you or anybody else. I don't even want to be better than anybody fucking else. I want to be better than my thoughts. I want my thoughts to make me be better. I'm telling you, I want to be looked upon as a person with an extreme amount of tenacity. And I want to be remembered as a motherfucker who chased his vision, chased his dream, chased it long enough for it to become an actual goal. And when he caught that motherfucker, when I called it, I did hella shit for men. I mean, I didn't keep it to myself. You know, I have the stick to itness that I need. That's tenacity, sticking to it. Tenacity is a word that's not used, in our conversations much. And I don't use it often, and I probably shouldn't have used it then because I don't use big words. That's not an everyday word, so I shouldn't be used. I talk in everyday me and you language. But that word can be applied to things we do every single day. Now, good game. Good game for any man is precious. You want to know what's more precious than good game? Knowing how to use this abadabba. Knowing how to use this abadabba in the correct way. This is what I'm about. Young men who've studied this abadabba with me are all doing one thing they had deemed impossible. No, they're not copying me or letting me tell them how to become a pimp. No, they're not doing that shit. What they're doing that they thought was impossible was they're finally being themselves. And what they think of themselves is allowing them to go out there and get in the mix. They're being themselves and they out there in the mix and enjoying themselves with no fronting, catching broads, making new friends, being the man that they idolized. The same streets that you motherfucking claim to be so dangerous, which they are the streets that these motherfuckers are fucking with now. I don't mean on the street at night doing blah, blah, blah. I'm saying they are street savvy. So when they're out in the club, when they're in Walmart, when they're doing whatever they do daily, they have a different mentality about what they're doing. And it's not a thug mentality, but it's like that because they own something and they're protecting it. Ain't nobody taking it from them. So that's how they feel. And that's how they represent themselves. See, I mean, real motherfuckers don't sweat the streets. That's where they gotta go. That's what they gonna do. They know motherfuckers get killed out there. Turn out to be dope fiends and shit. But they ain't sweating it because they ain't finna do it. And that's how my motherfucking graduates feel about themselves. Shit. They go out there and they know they ain't got a game. But they go out there with the game they got from me and increase the game that they have from the little shit that they got from me in 3 months. Look, this is uh, the same shit you motherfuckers is playing with. They're doing it. What I'm saying is you can't take it ain't just for squares. I got pimp niggas that fuck with me. And they out there. You can't tell HD the Great or Boss Hog or Quentin or Young Ramsey the P or Brooklyn Sean or Rashidi Jones or motherfucking Al Franklin or Broderick White or any other motherfucker that didn't fuck with me. You can't tell them shit. I have blessed them with real abba dabba. And they see it. They're not faking the funk. Game, I'm just saying. You can't tell a motherfucker with real abba dabba shit. You can't tell them, certainly can't tell them the scary ass shit you guys be talking about this fucking internet life. Now, once again, I'm dedicating what I say to men. All motherfuckers who seek to get to that plateau of being a real man instead of just grown. Because you could be grown at 18 and you grown. But you ain't no fucking man until you can do certain man shit without tripping. Now, I said several times that I'm dealing with all men who have a desire to do this shit correctly. I know I do. Now, it's one thing in my life. Listen, I'm going to tell you this, but I ain't going to really dwell on it. But I've been thinking about it lately. It's one thing in my life. Let me get this brother right here. 586, what's up?
Yo.
What's happening, man?
What's going on? Hey, Big. You probably remember me, man. I popped that 2 minutes ago, got the chorus, Pico.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah, I got a question, man. I just got on. I lost that chorus in my old phone. But I was listening to one of your shit. I'm on the road right now, but I'm in truck. So I just listening to the How to Freeze thing. I'm about to go in on Baby right now. I've been on the road for a week and shit. You were talking about rubbing the feet and all that shit in the road and putting the phone on your dick and all that good shit. So I've been gone for a week. I had to get some flowers, right?
Yeah, what's your question, man?
I've been gone for a week, so I'm trying to put some abracadabra down. You did?
No, there's not abra. Hey, bro, if you gonna talk to me, talk to me. Yeah, ain't no abracadabra.
Yeah, abracadabra.
Okay, now what you trying to do?
This is blowing mine. I've been gone for a week, so I need a little insight, a little ism, Just give me a full pointer.
Okay, you've been gone for a week. What, you a trucker?
Yeah.
Okay, man, you a trucker. So you got to be a big old square. Depending on how you want to do it. You've been gone a week. You can get a flower or two, a rose or two. Bring that baby home. Well, that's going overboard. If you want to do that, do that. If the bitch worth going overboard, we'd do it. But I don't think she worth that. You supposed to tease her with what you doing. You ain't supposed to drown her in it. What you gonna top? Okay. Hey, listen, this the first thing you finna get her, and it's gonna be a dozen roll. How you gonna top that? With 2 dozen? Shit, that's too. Hey, that's too much money, man. You got to be thinking, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to show it's not the actual gift that you're getting that means shit anyway. It's the thought. It's the fact that you've been gone a week doing whatever, tired as fuck, and you thought about this bitch enough to get whatever, maybe even a card, you know, in a chocolate bar. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe one of them little boxes of chocolate and bring it home and say, you know what, baby, you know, on the way home, I just got to thinking about how fortunate I was to be able to show you who I am. And, you know, maybe just, hey, some more of it. And that's how you blow their mind. Not none of that goddamn shit them fucking assholes be telling you. It ain't got nothing to do with fucking. It ain't got nothing to do with fucking her. It got something to do with how you present who you are to her. Now that's what's up.
Yeah, because I was gonna put that down before I, you know.
You wasn't finna put shit. I said down. And you know
when
it.
You was like, when you said, when you was like, yeah, you know, touch it with your hands, you know, rub the feet, put, you know what I'm saying?
Wait. I might have said that when I was talking about doing something and, you know, being romantic. But I don't rub no bitch feet.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, but I ain't rubbing no bitch feet. I mean, if I'm fucking with her right now.
You said if the bitch got bear claws, you ain't.
No, I ain't saying that. Even if she got smooth skin, what I'm saying is I will rub her motherfucking feet, but I don't do that. What I'm saying is a particular situation might come up, and baby might say, "Oh, like my woman just told me, her ankle was hurting or some shit, and I was rubbing it." But when she said, "Oh, that feel good," I stopped. I don't know, man. I'm crazy. I'm crazy like that, man. But what I'm saying is, ain't nothing wrong with doing that shit. But I don't just do it. You know, they got to make me, for whatever reason, want to do it right at that moment. Because I ain't doing it tomorrow.
No doubt.
Hey, don't look at me next week and say, remember this? No, I don't remember shit. My memory.
Hey, I got one more question, right?
Come on, I got other people on the line, man.
All right, bet. Look, now I told you I'd be gone for like weeks at a time and shit. What's the best way to keep that bitch mind, you know what I'm saying? Focus on a nigga while a nigga gone.
Leave that bitch alone and quit worrying about her. You too worried. That bitch grown. She gonna do what she want to do. Now, if you putting it down right, you just go on and do whatever the fuck, and she gonna do whatever the fuck she do whenever you come back. If she done fucked up, you ain't gonna know. As long as you don't know, it's cool. I don't care what the bitch doing. I only care when I know.
Right, yeah.
I don't expect that motherfucker to be no angel. I just don't want to hear no shit. Hey, I'm gone, man. That's some good shit, brother. Thank you. 623, what's happening?
Hey, bud, this Big D from Little AZ. I'm calling in because I want to contest two definitions, and then also I got one gripe. Are you able to hear me just fine?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. You want to contest two definitions?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
All right, so the first definition is meek. M-E-E-K. I have not met one soul on this earth that can give me the correct definition for meekness.
Meekness, hey, meekness is like an opposite of aggression. Meekness is where you're subdued and you don't show or overshow any or try to emphasize any power. What do you say it is?
So I'm gonna say that the true definition has some of that in it, but the true definition also has all of this abracadabra up in it. So let me run it back. If you go down to the King James version of the text, Jesus Christ himself.
Stop. I ain't fucking with you, man. If you can't talk to me without, coming with some shit you saying without the Bible, you ain't shit. You bullshitting, man.
I'll say it then.
You bullshitting, man. What? Don't come preaching to me about no goddamn Bible.
I'll define it. I will define it now.
Well, come on.
It means I come in peace and I come in peace, and I will motherfucking defend the peace. That's what it means. I stand up for what I believe in.
Hey man, listen. You said it that way, but that don't mean no one else, cause they said it different than you, didn't say it correctly. They just didn't say it so you would agree with it. I ain't no goddamn sucker, man. You a sucker. A full.
You know what? You right.
You a full. You. Listen, man. You a full-fledged sucker, cause you call in with shit and you can't defend it with what you think. You got to defend it with the Bible. No, you. Okay. All right, man. You good? Cause I done had enough.
I got another gripe. I got a gripe too.
Look, motherfucker. I'm gonna tie your ass up if your gripe ain't shit. What is your fucking gripe?
All right, my gripe is that I now have respect for Will Smith because he went up on that stage and he stood up for something that he believed in. He believed in his woman enough to go up on stage and act like a motherfucking sucker and be her little pawn and bitch slapping some other niggas. Now, I'm upset because that motherfucker can knock me off my square, even though I think he's a bitch-ass motherfucking sucker for letting that bitch run his life.
Hey, bro. Let me tell you something. I've read you. You're Will Smith, and you know it. You know your bitch run your goddamn life. And you know you would. But I'm saying if you had one, she would run it, because you a kiss-ass motherfucker.
I ain't got one because I run them bitches off.
I can believe that.
I tell them bitches what the fucking truth is, and they run the fuck off. That's why ain't that bitch stay with me.
Hey, you proud of that?
I am. I will have the truth. I'm worth the truth.
Hey, bro. Okay, I've had enough. I ain't saying he shouldn't be proud. I'm just saying I wouldn't be proud of that goddamn shit. If he's proud of it, he could be proud of it. But my motherfucking thing is this: real is real. Ain't no motherfucker gonna be proud of not being able to keep what the fuck he want. Now, I guess he could have said not all of them, but that motherfucker said he don't keep none of them. 716, what's up with you?
716, Robert Rosebud, man. I just want to tell you thank you for cutting him off because he's wasting time. We sitting here thrilled to death and motherfucking how you say gratitude to have somebody with your level of experience to tell us how to deal with the opposite sex and opposite sex and be powerful in that shit. You wasting your time with some Bible bullshit.
Hey, bro, it's not a waste of time. I have to handle that shit because he's a listener. All y'all listeners. So everybody ain't gonna be on the same level. So what I'm saying is when they come foul like he come, I engage him, but then I'm only gonna do that so much because I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But good looking out, bro. I love your support.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the line too for that cash too. But I'm just showing my gratitude because this type of knowledge right here that you dropping in the annals, the game that's in your brain for us, we should just be listening, doing the knowledge, and applying it to the best of our ability, man. But all that old sucking shit right there, man. But thank you for maybe I can show patience like that in my own life too. But I'm here for the game, brother. So
hey, you sound like you might be 35.
Man, I'm way beyond that.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, the reason I said that, you don't sound like no kid.
No, I'm not no kid. I'm working on something. I'm building this entertainment company called 2270 Entertainment. And a lot of times I gotta reach out to Facebook, to broads and all that. And I keep it professional. I reach out to cuties and all that. But sometimes I can see that they got hella interest, but the next day they'll post a picture with their boyfriend, some old silly shit. Like, come on, B, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm telling you, you got to look. We can put something together, and we can attract the world and get money. But the first, I can tell they, know they be on it, but then they run it by they simp ass boyfriend or something like that. Will they post it, and I lose interest quick. But I'm just calling you because.
Hey man, you really, then wore me out with all this shit you talking. Now you done got off subject to me. All right, thank you. Hey, now check game, you guys. This is where I'm at. I'm fucking with all dudes that want to be real. And I am being real. I really was a part of something that to me had a lot to do with the undoing of this Abba Dabba Q the way we really know it. And it wasn't none of the participants' intentions, nor was it the producers' intentions. But American Pimp, I think, is directly responsible for the influx of so many unqualified people getting in the game. Now you can go back to the Mac in all movies about pimps. No matter how good it was or popular it was, you never saw an influx of undesirable people entering the game. That was because in the Mac, Goldie had ups and downs. And in those other movies, they had all the other pitfalls and dangers involved with the pimp game, all represented. American Pimp showed success. That's all it showed. Dre, he went to jail, but that didn't really show the negative side of the game. Now, don't get me wrong, jail is negative no matter how you look at it. But we all shine so brightly in American Pimp. And none of us spoke about or even looked like we ever experienced any of the pitfalls that's in the game. So it was like inviting scary ass fake motherfuckers in. That's a big reason I kick this Abba Dabba like I do. I ain't kicking it with no fake ass motherfucker. I ain't finna motherfucking tell you doing something or saying something right. Man, fuck you and fuck the horse you came in on if your shit ain't right. Now, if I would have held close to the tradition of not really spitting it about this fucking game, I guess it wouldn't have been this bad because I don't know if you know it. Almost 1 billion people saw that motherfucking film. And I don't know if any of you motherfuckers know that film played on premium channels for over 10 years straight. From 1998 to 2008. It played HBO, Showtime, the movie channel, whatever. I mean, it exposed the luxuries that I and all who are truly about this Abba Dabba earned. And we made it look so attractive until you suckers wanted in. But the real culprit is crack cocaine. Because if so many motherfucking pimps wouldn't have been taken out of the game behind that crack, they would have been on the goddamn blade to run them fakes off and preserve our motherfucking game. When you think of shit and you don't have the answers at that moment, it becomes a concern. Once you realize the concern and you don't have ways to handle it, it becomes a problem. Now that's how most of you deal with shit you think of. You wait until it becomes a problem before you tackle it to solve it. Now that them pretendo motherfuckers are a problem, you motherfuckers today niggas Google solutions. You don't go out there and handle shit. I wonder if you paid attention to the statement I made about real sayings from the streets being taken and abused. Now, I heard a song saying pretty is what pretty does. Then this fool went on to say why she would always be pretty to him. Pretty is what pretty does is a saying from the streets, and it has nothing to do with looks. It has to do with how much dedication to this abba-dabba you have when you have more than one woman. Otherwise, the most often way it was used was in a pimp defending the fact that he knows just because he got a fine broad don't mean she gonna be a good ass hoe. And by the same token, a big old bitch that ain't that attractive can be the best woman you ever had. So a pretty bitch bringing you a lot of problem is as ugly as they come. And a big ass bitch who's confident in her femininity can pay like she weigh. Shit. Pay like she weigh. Now that's a motherfucking saying too. You get them little skinny bitches weigh 100 pounds, paying you $200. She paying like she weigh. Hey, but then you get one of them 350 pound bitches. Just rank you 900 every night. Then yeah, she paying like she way big. And what you gonna be mad? Sayings, what you guys don't know. Now this is a piece of game I'm giving you. Sayings are ways for a group of people to understand something that only they should and can understand. Sayings are not to be used with no regards to the meanings behind using them. And what these bitches is missing today, they claiming to be about it, but they missing this. And that's the goals of being with a top flight man and representing him in public. Shit, in my day, if a woman thought she had a chance to get with a top flight man, she stood out to be seen. She let the nigga see she was down. And when the nigga got at her, she chose. Now, if you don't give this bitch this idolized symbol of a capable man to chase, if she don't have that to chase after, she gonna lose interest in showing off her skills. She just gonna survive. She gonna continue to, do whatever she do, go to the club, whatever, parties, whatever, But that's all she gonna do because she's missing what drives her. A real man. All she sees today are niggas playing dress up and not even dressing up right. She gets to see firsthand how little the motherfucking so-called men of today believe in being a real man. You motherfuckers of today are so silly. You blast all over Facebook how much you believe in rapping. Not only do you not care, or maybe you don't know, she see that shit. She listens to how much you believe in rapping. Not only, I'm saying, is she listening? She's listening to you fronting. And you asking this real woman to break bread with you. That shit is demoralizing to these women. Especially if they're considering being down. What's she gonna be down for? Some nigga who ain't even sure enough to go for what he know in one field. Some nigga who claims to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. What makes a motherfucking woman even want to be down is the men in her life. Today, you have very few women because there's very few men. In my day, shit, 2 and 2 always equaled 4. But you guys will never be the niggas you idolize because of your lack of faith in the motherfucking Abba Dabba. If how you gonna be big in something you don't believe in? That's like a football player wanting to be big in football and never really playing football. Shit, I ain't talking about all of you motherfuckers out there. But even all those of you who know I ain't really talking to you should be pissed off when you hear this goddamn shit. And you should be pissed off enough to go do what we did. Well, I don't want you to go out there and get in no motherfucking trouble. But I ain't kicking it with no pretending. We smashed him. Because we knew what he or she would eventually do to the motherfucking game. Fuck it up. Now, recently, a friend of mine, asked me why it's so important for a pimp to stay dressed. Now, that question is easily answered. But if you dig a little deeper and think critically about the question and what it's asking, it's really deep. See, pimps are not your ordinary thinking men. Pussy excites us, but not as much as looking in the mirror and seeing a goddamn bud and pimp looking back at him. Nah, shit. That's really exciting. We eat food, but as often as possible, we like to rub elbows with the elite when we eat. So for various reasons, you could say we dress to the T. But the real reason is because a motherfucker think of himself as a pimp. He thinks to himself he is a pimp. If you consider yourself a pimp, you won't. You want to look the part as well as being perceived as the real deal when people see and speak with you. Now, this does not mean you got to be suited and booted every day, but it does mean you have to be dressed every day. Because if you don't dress, you don't want people to see you and be in awe of what you represent. Because the biggest thing to a real pimp is the recognition of his hard work and accomplishment of becoming real. Because once he perceives himself as a real pimp, he will not allow anyone to see him differently. So today we got very few real pimps who does dress daily and have principles that can cut a diamond. Real pimps have accepted their roles in society and don't even want any perpetrators around fucking the game up. In his mind, he's acutely aware of all the dudes he run into is going to try to imitate him. And he distinguishes himself from the pretenders by the way he dressed, by the way he hooked up. There really is a lot to being a real pimp. Today's youngsters just do not understand. If I wore an outfit and some motherfucker had the same thing on, I'd immediately go change. You guys all wear the same shit anyway. Fake jewelry, t-shirts, tennis shoes, jeans, and then you want to claim to be real. Start with the basics to get real. No matter how many hundreds you motherfuckers Photoshop and post on Facebook, you still wearing a t-shirt and tennis shoes or no shirt. So you look weak and very unpimpish. Now, imagine a time when dudes claiming pimping had 3 or more hoes. Now, imagine you are one of them motherfuckers. Can you imagine that shit? Damn! You got a hell of an imagination. You can now one of you motherfuckers will ever be able to have more than one woman, and you know it. We believed in carousing with as many women as we could. In our 15 years of doing blog talk radio, the other day I had a first. I told you guys nothing is better to a veteran than the kid game the youngsters who's eating it up. I feel a little pride listening to how much sharper you motherfuckers are who respond to me. I already planted the seeds, and the fertilizer is the goddamn many times we kick it. I'm telling you, I'm going to represent the who, what, when, where, and why of turning out to be a man of all times. And if it's in you, maybe some goddamn pimping. I can't stress enough how important it is for you to be serious about this great journey. But if you are, you'll get some fantastic views of life. And as an alpha male, you would get fantastic views of what you want to do in life. But first things first, do you know why or what made you want to be the kind of man you're trying to be? I hope it ain't money. Shit, you can get money 10,000 ways. So it surely has to be about more than the moolah. I know what made me want to be a shot caller. I bet Tay know what made him want to be a shot caller. And I can't lie, it has money as a lure, part of the lure. But I didn't have to, want to be down and dirty to get money. I was already getting money when I turned out. I'm sure you were too. Now, what was it that drove you to this lifestyle? You need to know these answers. Because I'm focused on my goals. I am living a life that many motherfuckers dream. I'm on a mission to go down in history as Fillmore Slim will. I'm playing with fire and not even getting burned. And I know I'm responsible. I'm the only motherfucker responsible for what I think. Given these facts, the only thing available for me to do is keep on pushing until I reach the pinnacle of my being. I'm not stopping until I see some resemblance of what this game was back in the day. And I won't be happy until all of these young motherfuckers get the message. This Abadabba is precious. And you're a big part of it. You got to take it upon yourself to always be the standard and represent what it is you think that makes you qualified to say you a man. Never, and I mean never, make a person guess what it is you are. I'm very serious too. This was an important conversation we just had to me. I don't know if it was important to you, but it was important to me because you gotta be a thinker. You can't just let shit happen in your life. Your life is just gonna take over. No, you gotta take your life over. Be a motherfucking thinking machine. Hey, I'm gone.
using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
I'm looking at all that shit y'all writing over there. When you be talking about I won't answer and shit, that's because you ain't calling into the show. You guys are too much. Especially you, Abel, Texas. Hey man, you guys was on here though. See, if I had all you motherfuckers on the phones on Blog Talk, shit, I know my show would be bomb. But anyway, I'm gone. Be cool. Hey, I got new tools. Go on my website, Rosebud the Author. Oh wait, I gotta make some changes. But go there tonight and see them new tools. See the deal I got on them. I got some hella deals.